For today's webinar, we'll be discussing about AI and automation for toys and game brands, how to work smarter, not harder. I know maybe some of you are not like working on a toys and game brand yet, but a lot of the strategy and some case like usage of how we currently use AI might be applicable for whichever vertical you are currently working on. I'll be showcasing a lot of different tools that we currently use as the companies right now. And I'm also going to give you some demonstration on how we currently using the tool. How is that going to be benefit? You could be potentially also used for your business. Today's goal is throwing on how can we leverage AI even more to enhance different marketing strategy, using information to create more valuable content that will be relevant to the customer that we are working with, and also try to boost customer engagement, loyalty, and also have more business success. As far as agenda goes, obviously I'll be talking about a lot of different tool and a lot of different potential usage. So obviously you can take some of the example I'll be sharing and just think about applying that to your own business. How are you currently using AI? If you are using AI at all, if you're not using AI, definitely start looking into using AI. I mean, we have been really implementing AI across a lot of different aspects of the business I'm involved with. And that really has been significantly improving our workflow and also like making our workforce or making my employees a lot more efficient. I'm also going to share a lot of different case ideas. So a little bit about me, if you haven't met me in the past. My name is Hsieh. I'm also a serial entrepreneur within the toys and game industry. I run 2 different businesses and also a nonprofit organization, a podcast, and also a local meetup event. I run an in-house toy brand called LakiKid, which we design toys for kids with special needs. That's our own toy brand. And I also run a digital marketing company called Toy Launch, which we do digital marketing for toys and game brands. We currently manage a little bit over 30 different brands, over 100 different products, and we have a small team, about 17 full-time employees that work for me right now currently. And I also run a small local nonprofit foundation called Sensory Inclusive Classroom Foundation, which we donate some of the toys and games that we have to local organizations to help them to promote a more sensory friendly and sensory inclusive learning environment. And I also run a local meetup group here called Phoenix Online Seller Group, which we meet up once a month here in Phoenix in person. And we also have virtual meetup I'm trying to host more often for the Phoenix e-commerce people as well. And a little bit background on how I started. My own story is I got started because my son was diagnosed with autism and ADHD when we were living in Japan back in 2013. Unfortunately, we're not able to find enough help and resources in Japan. So we decided to move to the United States to seek better help and resources in 2015. We used to live in Seattle before. That's where we first moved, but it was too much rain. So we're in Phoenix now. But the main problem we face after we moved to the United States is really hard for me and my wife to find help and resources, especially on the medical insurance side, because that's a lot of resources, but we couldn't afford the resources that US have. It's $100 an hour. And my son back then required 15 hours a week of therapy. That's $6,000 a month, which I clearly couldn't afford back then at the time. So I decided to start my first company toward the end of 2016. So early 2017, that's when my first company, LakiKid, was born, where we designed sensory toys and products for kids similar to my son. And that's how I got into the industry myself. I've been doing e-commerce and online sales marketing and since like around that industry since 2016. It's almost going to be a decade, about 10 years next year, we're working in this industry. And I was doing it on top of my day job for the first 6 years. From 2016 and 2022, I was doing it on the weekend as a weekend entrepreneur. It's only until early 2022 where I decided to quit my full-time job and I become a full-time toy and e-commerce entrepreneur since then. A little bit more about us. Obviously, Toy Launch is one of my businesses, and we do digital marketing, not just for toys and game brands, but we also do digital marketing for Amazon marketing for toys and game brands. And we also do other digital marketing for email marketing, SMS marketing, and we also use AI tool with our clients as well. And we also run a podcast called Toy Business Unboxed, which we interview entrepreneur and business professionals within the toys and game industry, talk about their journey within the space. I'm proud to say we have interviewed so far about 150 businesses already on the podcast. And obviously we'll keep on improving and interviewing more people in the industry and sharing some of the latest information and knowledge. So for today's webinar, I'm going to start out with first, are you currently using AI? If so, what is the AI tool are you using? And how frequent are you using right now? Are you using on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis? How often are you using? So I see people putting in ChatGPT. That's definitely a very popular tool that most people use. Okay, I see Google Doc. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of Google's related AI. That's also happening right now. Also Grammarly, that's a good one. And thank you so much for sharing that. As far as AI goes, one of the most important elements is really understanding the nuances. Actually, you don't really need to overthink it. You can treat AI as like talking to a friend. You just need to type out the prompt as you are talking to the friend. The more detail you can give in the prompt, the better the result is going to be. So the more specific you can teach AI on exactly what you're looking for. For example, I also use a lot of different AI on a daily basis. Usually I like to just take screenshot, or sometimes I just do voice memo. I just speak to the AI. That's sometimes pretty quick for me. Or I can also upload spreadsheet, upload PDF files, upload different file format, and just ask AI to, okay, please review this PDF document of this contract I'm working on and give me suggestion and recommendation on how can I make this contract better, or see if there's anything I can change. You can use that for almost everything. So it's really about the usage of understanding how are you going to use and leverage AI. The next thing I want to talk about is obviously the art of writing effective prompt. AI tool is really about using prompt correctly. There's a lot of prompt you can find online nowadays, but what it is just an instructional, like a detailed instruction on exactly what you want the AI to be creating. It could be an email campaign. It could be a marketing campaign, or you could be just asking simply for feedback about the product that you're working on. And you can also use AI to come up with like promotional campaign. And there's so many different usage, but it's really about what are the question you want to ask and what kind of result or return do you want to get from the AI tool that you're currently using. Next, I want to also share is how you can use AI for within the toys and game industry. And for those of you that's not within the toys and game industry, a lot of those applications is similar. It doesn't matter what vertical you're really in. You can use it for like chatbot. You can use it as a virtual assistant. You can also use it for content creation and management, and also potential influencer marketing or even social media marketing. Since I run a marketing company, I use AI a lot for digital marketing, which I'm going to show tons of tools that we currently use as a marketing companies. Different AI tools we're trying to use for content creation, for SEO, for listing optimization, for example. Next, like I mentioned earlier, it's very important to talk to AI like you're talking to a coworker. Type in your prompt to make sure it's as clear and as specific as possible. You can also ask follow-up questions to make sure you're explaining yourself and tell them exactly what you're really wanting from them. And you can also use for ChatGPT, that's like the latest version is ChatGPT 5. There's a lot of advanced feature you can also use. You can create project in ChatGPT. For those of you that's currently using ChatGPT, I will highly recommend for you to consider to have a pay account. So this is my ChatGPT account. With a pay account, there's no limitation on how much prompt you can do. With a free account, there's some limitation on how long is the prompt or what kind of thing you can upload. And usually how I like to structure it is I like to create different folders for different project I'm working on. And inside the folder, I also create a different prompt for the folder itself. For example, once you create a project, let's just say test here, then you can also create project specific instruction that you only need to put in one time. Let's just say if you are doing any recurring like tasks on an ongoing basis. To give you an example that I do a lot is like coming up with a contract when I'm working with clients as well. So you can give one-time instruction and say, okay, for all the new client I'm working on, please help me to revise the contract. So you can put the instruction in the folder. So you don't need to keep on putting into the same instruction over and over and over again. By putting into the folder, you can even upload different file that you need for this recurring task that you needed to do. So that's a very easy user case that you can use today if you're not using it this way already. For any kind of recurring task, I will highly suggest it, consider to create a folder inside your ChatGPT account. Then that way you can put all the instructions and also put all the file. You can upload PDF file, you can upload PowerPoint file, you can even upload like Word document, all kind of different file format. Each time when you're doing anything that's repetitive, you can use the same project over and over again without need to think about the prompt again. So that's one way you can really streamline on how are you using the AI tool of your choosing on a more effective basis. I see there's a question about how much does the paid version cost. I believe it's only $20 a month. Don't quote me on that because they do change the price from time to time. But right now, I believe it's $20 a month for the personal plan. For the business plan, it might charge, I think it's charged per license. It's a little bit higher for a business plan. And obviously that other tool, ChatGPT obviously is one of the most popular one nowadays. But the other thing you can also use AI for is to understand your customer preference. Also, you can do a lot of analysis and forecasting if you have any kind of marketing data or any data about the customer that you're trying to talk to. So you can upload like social media data into ChatGPT or different AI tool and say, can you analyze this, like the followers of this account? Who are their buyer persona? Who are the person I should be speaking to when I'm creating marketing campaign? That's a very good use case of doing digital marketing and in conjunction of AI. And by creating this buyer persona, you can feed them even more information and say, okay, based on this buyer persona, what will be the best product I can create and serve to this set of audiences? You can also use it to optimize your product development process and say, okay, like I want to design a packaging for my product. How can I create my packaging and design it specifically for this set of audiences or this set of group of people that I'm trying to talk to or I'm trying to market to? So that's another user case, especially using a customer insight. You can get insight either from websites. And again, you also can search information online now. So you can also put in URL of like maybe 3 or 5 of your competitor and say, okay, this 5 website are my competitor. Can you scan their website and look for the things that they are currently doing in common? And how can I compete against our competitors based on the information you gather like on their website? There's so many different user cases that you can use, not just for customer insight, but also for competitor insight and information for digital marketing for your brand as well. Next thing I want to share is one of the things that you can use AI a lot for nowadays is content. Content marketing is really one of the key when it comes to digital marketing. That is a foundation about any kind of digital marketing. Also, all start with content. I actually did a different webinar a few months ago talking about digital marketing, the 5 pillars. Those of you that have attended that webinar before, where I talk about content marketing is one. There's email marketing. There's also SMS marketing. There's also social media marketing. Then there's paid advertising. Those are the 5 core pillars when you're doing digital marketing, and content marketing being one of them. And the nice thing about like nowadays is you can use AI for content marketing, like to speed up your content creation so much. And I'm going to share some of the tools that we currently use when it comes to AI content creations and how do we streamline our processes when we're creating social media content, when we're creating email content, or when we're creating any kind of images or even video. We can use AI for a lot of those nowadays. For the videos, obviously, I think the AI is almost getting there. Some of the video that we are using that AI created is still not as polished as I wanted. But I know as every single day it's getting better and better. So maybe down the road in a few months, it's getting even better. So one of the tools we also like to use as a team is Canva. So Canva is an online graphic editing tool. And also inside the tool, they also have tons of AI function that's embedded into Canva. This is very user-friendly, even for those of you that's not a professional designer. It's fairly easy to use. And it also comes with a whole bunch of templates that you can also use. There's also a lot of stock images. So if you're creating any images for your product, and you can create lifestyle images by using stock photo as well. And they have AI function like background remover. There's also like a magic eraser. You can erase different items that you don't want using the AI. And you can also use AI to expand or change your dimensions. You can even edit the file using AI as well. I know most of the brand that we work with, there's a lot of graphic design related work that you need to be done. So this is one of the tools that my graphic design team use. We have 3 graphic designers on the team. So everyone use Canva. And obviously they also use Photoshop, which is a more advanced tool. But for those of you that's more not a professional designer, I think Canva is really friendly for beginners. For those of you that's more professional, obviously Photoshop is a lot more powerful than Canva. The next implication you can also consider using AI is there's a lot of AI chatbot that you can use when it comes to website or customer support. I don't know if you go to any of the website nowadays, there's so many different AI that when you're asking for support, it will just be an AI answering your questions based on their company knowledge base. Creating AI chatbot on your website can really help you with your customer inquiry. It can also help you with answering customer requests and all that. That will also streamline on the operation side. And that's also 24/7. You don't really need to hire someone for it. And you can set up the AI algorithm. So if they want to talk to a human, they can just send you an email. But most of the time, if the AI can answer the question that it doesn't need to get a human involved, then that will really help and streamline the process and also help reduce your workload for customer support. So that's another very common use case for AI nowadays. The next use case that you can use AI for is for SEO or search engine optimization or content. There's a lot of different tools you can consider. Some of the tools I'm going to be focusing on today will be Amazon related because we as a company, we do a lot of digital marketing for our client on the Amazon platform. So we use quite a bit of different tools when we're trying to do SEO for Amazon purposes. First of all, before I dive into how we use AI for Amazon, I want to also explain Amazon also have their own AI called Amazon Rufus. If you are shopping nowadays on Amazon, there is like a chat button that you can ask questions. That's the Amazon AI. It's called Rufus. That's their names. And in their Amazon AI, you can also interact and ask questions about the product, and they will actually give you questions. Some of the answer is actually not always correct. Our team has been doing some testing about this. It's not always a correct response with the product. But when it comes to SEO optimization, there is a trend right now. You are not optimizing only for SEO, but you're also optimizing your product information for AI as well. And that's really like a trend right now. Like, how can you optimize not just for search engine, but also for different AI? For example, for Amazon, you want to make sure you're optimizing the listing, not just for regular Amazon SEO, but also for Rufus. So I'm going to share my screen using one of the like software we use. This is a SEO AI software that we use when we are like working with our clients. This is an AI copywriter that we use to do AI copywriting for Amazon product listing. As you can see, the AI tool already have Rufus in it as well, as far as creating different copywriting. They have a classic copywriting style. What this software is going to be doing is, if I hit continue, before I hit continue, usually there's a few different preparation steps to use AI tool like this one. Is first, you need to prepare the list of the keyword you want to use. For example, I already have this list ready to go. So you want to create a list of keywords. It's called a master keyword list before you interact with the AI, because the AI doesn't know what keyword you want to use in the listing. Once you have the keyword, then you can use the AI tool to generate the product detail page description. For example, if I hit continue on this software, it's going to start writing. It's still going to start writing the product title. It's also going to write all the bullet point. Then it's also going to write the product description. And then it's also going to give you like data. For example, the data they like to use for this tool is called ranking juice. What ranking juice is referring to is how much is the total search volume of all the keyword I included in my copywriting. Obviously, the higher, the better. So you want to, for this example I'm showing right now, the title itself have a ranking juice about 5.3 million in search volume. That's one of the data you want to look at. And obviously, AI's copywriting is not always going to be perfect. So you also need to make some revision and make some kind of changes and editing. But it's a really good for initial draft because it's super quick. As I show you, it only took me like 30 seconds to create this initial draft for the Amazon product detail page that I'm currently working on. Then it's going to create all the initial instructions. Then you can start making editing. As you are making the edit, all the data is also going to be updated live. So you can see what are the implications of the copywriting you are using. And the AI tool also show you all the keyword that is currently being used inside the listing itself. So this is an example of the AI tool that you can also consider for your own product if you're selling on Amazon as well. Obviously, this tool is a little bit more advanced. There's also other tools like Helium 10 that also do something similar as far as AI optimization when it comes to SEO. So I just show you one of the tools that we use. We use Data Dive, and sometimes we also use Helium 10. They also have a similar AI power listing optimizer that you can also use. The next common use for AI is you can definitely use it for email marketing. So email marketing is still one of the most reliable methods when you want to talk to potential customers. As social media, right now, the reach is so low. The typical reach or engagement rate for social media followers is less than 1% nowadays. That means you can have 10,000 followers, but only 100 people actually ever see your post. But for emails, right now, for email marketing, the typical industry standard open rate is still roughly about 20%. That means you can at least still get hold of about 20% of the people that's on your list. That's why email marketing is still really effective for not just toys and game brands, but also all the e-commerce products as well. For email marketing, that's where AI can really shine because you can create sequences. You just need to tell them, like, I want to create a welcome sequence for my brand. Again, it ties back to the customer avatar I was showing earlier. If you create a customer avatar and load it into an AI tool, you can ask the AI tool to say, okay, based on my customer avatar and based on my brand, can you create a 7 or 10 email copywriting for my welcome sequence? So when first people sign up to my email subscriber list, I will set up 10 different emails and I will send those 10 emails to my potential customer over the next 2 or 3 months. So that's a very easy way to use AI for email marketing and email setup. And you can also do different A/B testing, obviously, when it comes to email marketing, which I'm not going to dive too much into because it's a little bit more advanced. But you can also use AI to create different sequences, especially those email automation. Once you set it up, you just monitor it. It really speed up a lot of the email marketing setup. I see there's a question from the audience. Can I ask AI to review my calendar or email to create a summary of activities like an executive director report? Yes, you can definitely do that. As far as a calendar, I don't know if there's an AI that embed directly into your calendar based on my knowledge. But for email, that's definitely like even inside Google Gmail right now, there's an AI function that can read the email currently as well. One of the tools I like to use is I like to use another tool. It's called Phantom.videos. So Phantom.video is an AI meeting note taker. You will actually summarize all the meetings. For example, if I have any kind of meetings, you will actually summarize it. You will create transcriptions. And with the AI, you actually I can also interact with the AI and say, tell me what we discussed this meeting. Then actually the AI will pull through the transcription and actually tell me what I want to know about this meeting that I just had with my team. So that's another easy way to use AI in your daily life, especially for those of you that have a lot of meetings like I do. I have meetings all the time with my team member, with my vendors, with my clients. You don't really need to take notes anymore. Just let AI take all the notes. It's actually also going to be summarize all the action items you need to do based on the meetings. And it can also generate like email follow-up for you as well. Next thing I want to talk about is going to be how do we use AI for advertising? This is also a very powerful use case, especially when you're doing different type of advertising. I'm going to focusing on Amazon related advertising. The tool we use is called Ignora. Ignora is the AI advertising tool we use. This is what it looks like on the back end. As you can see, if I want to create advertising campaign for one of my product, I can tell the AI, do I want to focusing on increasing sales or do I want to focusing on drive efficiency? So under increased sales, there's also two ways you can set up the AI. Either I want to focusing on driving growth for my product or like more for a long term, like a launch, or I want to do it for a promotional sales boost. Maybe it's like Amazon Prime Day or it's like a special holiday. I want to do like a 1 week long campaign. So you can tell the AI exactly what is the goal for the campaign. Then you can set a target A cost or advertising cost of goods sold. Then you tell the AI the daily budget that you want to give them. Then you can even select an AI personalities. Do you want them to be more conservative or you want it to be more aggressive? You can choose from 1 to 5, 5 being the most aggressive. And then the AI is going to pull all the data from your Amazon account and see, okay, this is all the campaign we have done so far. This is a historical A cost. This is a historical ad spend. Then it's also going to give you some suggestion on what to do with your campaign. And the nice thing with this tool is in the traditional sense, if you never use AI for Amazon advertising, it take a lot of time to create campaign initially. Now with this AI tool, I can create 13 campaigns for one product under 30 minutes. That is like in the traditional sense, you will take like 2 or 3 hours to create 13 campaigns. So like for 13 campaign, I can create it under 5-10 minutes as long as I have all the data. I can create like an auto campaign. I can create 6 competitive campaigns. I can create single product targeting, competitive brand targeting. I can create a broad match, phrase match, exact match, and product targeting all under 30 minutes or 20 minutes if you are quick enough with the tool. And this is super efficient. And as far as campaign creation go, but one of the word of caution is you don't want to 100% rely on AI. You still want to check it on a daily basis or on a regular basis. Even with our team, not all the campaign is AI managed. It's only part of the campaign that is AI managed. For the AI managed campaign to really shine and work, they require a lot of data. That is not always possible for a newer brand that doesn't have enough data because the brand is brand new. So sometimes the AI optimization doesn't work as well, especially for smaller brand or like brand new product that you don't have a lot of data yet. In that case, you want to do a hybrid approach. You can still create an initial campaign using AI, but then you need to have a human advertising manager to monitor that campaign on a daily basis and see how that campaign is going. So especially for Amazon advertising, that's really important. But this is a very powerful tool. And there's other advertising tool out there besides the one we are currently using. I see another question in the chat. Can AI answer Amazon customer message automatically? Unfortunately, there's no third-party software that integrate with the Amazon customer message directly, but you can also copy the customer question and just put it into ChatGPT and say, can you write a response for me? That's fairly quick. But there's no direct integration with the Amazon API to answer it on your behalf just yet. And that's an Amazon API limitation. But you can definitely use AI to come up with the answer for sure. And besides Amazon, the marketing suggestion and creation, a lot of the AI tool can also do audit for you nowadays. For example, again, I'm sharing my screen about the audit. So what the audit will do is you can put into your ASIN or your Amazon product identifier, once you pull out the ASIN, what the other tool is going to review is review all your campaign structure and also give you a suggestion on things you can do. For example, I'm going to use one of my products as an example and say, okay, let's take a look at this AI audit report. Then the AI tool is going to go in and examine your campaign structure to see if you have all your campaign structure being created correctly. Are they promoting the product correctly? Or are you targeting correctly? And it will also give you suggestion on different things you can implement. For example, it's going to show you data. Are you above the benchmark industry-wide? Or are you below the benchmark as far as click-through rate, conversion rate, cost per click, or advertising cost of sales? You will also give you suggestion. Okay, so for your search term, you might consider increasing some of the spend for some high-performing search term as well. This is like an AI audit report that you can also use. So that's another implication of using AI for advertising for Amazon purposes by using AI to do an audit for your campaign if you're currently running any kind of campaign on Amazon. The next thing I want to share is going to be more content related. So for content, as I shared earlier, content marketing is the bread and butter when you're doing digital marketing, especially outside of Amazon. So for us, since we also run a podcast, we use AI a lot when we come to content creation. Like I shared already, we have interviewed over 150 businesses. That's a lot of podcasts to edit. So the tool that we like to use for our podcast is Descript. Descript is the AI tool that we use internally that can allow us to remove filter word. For example, if your guest say those sound inside a podcast interview, you can use AI to remove all the filter word. And you can also use AI to shorten the word gap between like sentences as well. And you can also like update the background noises or remove the background noises using AI. You can even use the AI to create description for your podcast or even create a blog post based on the podcast interview. And you can also create like podcast title using the AI, even summarize it. You can create show note as well. That's a lot of implication if you are doing any kind of content creation or especially for a podcast or any other type of content, you can use this kind of tool to really streamline the process. And the other nice thing about Descript right now is they also have a new tool that's still fairly new. You can also create an AI avatar. Means you can create, I don't know, have you saw one of those AI avatar online yet? You can create an image of yourself talking, but it's not really you talking. It's an AI talking that looks like you. So you can actually create an avatar by uploading your images, your videos, and then you also need to record a voice recording of yourself. So the AI will talk and sound like you. So that's also another really easy way to create content as well, especially if you want to have like voiceover with some of the content that you're creating. You can have the AI to generate the voiceover using your voice actually, which is very like trending right now in the digital marketing space. Another tool you can also use for AI, we also have tried this in the past. This is an AI tool we used in the past called Opus Clip. What this may enable you to do is if you have a long video, let's just say you have a 1 hour video that you recorded for a podcast like us, you can turn the long form video into the AI is going to auto-generate shorter clip. They'll scrape the entire transcription and see what are some of the key moments. They can turn the long form video into short video clip because I know for horizontal video, you have a different reach than vertical video. So what this AI tool is doing is turning all the long form videos content into short vertical clips. So you can use it for TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Stories, and YouTube Shorts for more content creation and more for social media marketing as well. And another AI tool we have used is called BigVu. This is more like a teleprompter. You can use it on your phone if you're creating short form content. I have an app on my phone if I want to create a 1 minute video talking about like a certain strategy. You have a teleprompter on my phone, so I can read through the teleprompt on my phone and just record a quick 30-second video right on my phone. Then the AI is going to do the editing for the short video inside the app as well. You can also generate a script, they have an AI script generator. You can generate script based on the topic that you want to discuss. Then you just talk about the topic for 30 seconds or a minute. The AI tool also sync with a lot of the major social media. So then you can publish this short form video that you just created on your phone and edit it all on the same app. This is a very easy way for those of you that's doing content marketing. Next one, this is another AI tool. It's called HeyGen. HeyGen is like an AI avatar creation that you can create a video that kind of look like yourself or like the words look like someone else. They also have like different template avatar you can use. So this is another tool we have experimenting in the past. Right now, because Descript have a similar function nowadays, so we're not using HeyGen as much because the Descript also have the similar AI avatar function like HeyGen. The other tool that we also have, this is actually a tool we developed in-house. It's called Toy Marketing Hub. This is our digital marketing tool that we use with our clients and also with our own brand. What this tool enables us to do is to do all-in-one digital marketing when it comes to email marketing, SMS marketing, and also social media scheduling. It's like MailChimp, but on steroid because we have a lot more function than MailChimp. MailChimp mainly do email. They do a little bit of mess, but we do our software to actually do a lot more than MailChimp. And it's designed with like toys and game industry in mind as well. And another usage for AI for content creation is blog posts. This is also a very popular usage of AI nowadays for digital marketing. You can use AI to generate the blog post, but you want to make sure you tell them the correct prompt. So you are making sure that you have the right structure in the blog post. Otherwise, if you just give them create a blog post for me on this topic, it's not going to do a very good job. Make sure you have a very detailed prompt on how long your blog post want to be, what is the topic you want the blog post to include, and also what is the keyword you want the AI to write. So you want to feed them as much data as possible before the AI just writing like blog posts. So your blog post will be fully optimized as well. For example, usually for our blog posts, we would like to create like a key. Let me just share a quick example here for the blog post creation. So for your blog post, this is an example of blog post you can create using AI. And actually all of our blog posts nowadays is mostly using AI. So you want to have the AI to create a subject line for the blog. Then you have a quick summary on top. Then you also want the AI to create a table of content, because this is very important for interlinking inside your website for SEO purposes, to have inner link inside your website as well. Then you can have the AI to create a key takeaway. Then all the different, you want to break it down in chunks. So you want to make sure the blog is actually readable, not just for the search engine, but also for potential actual human that's reading the blog post as well. So you want to make sure you're prompting the AI correctly. So you structure it in a way that is optimizing for SEO and also optimizing for actual readership as well. And obviously I already mentioned about it's very important to create detailed and informative prompts, and also try to like include as many specific parameters as possible based on the objections that you're trying to achieve with the AI tool that you're using. And also it's very important to stay informed on the AI development because they change so fast. So continuous learning is super important for AI and just keeping up with the changes. Even with us, we're always learning some new tools and try to make our process better and try to streamline our processes across the team member as well. So then staying informed on the development is also very critical. And another tool I was playing around with is with ChatGPT, you can also create custom GTP, which is your own version of a mini ChatGPT inside the tool. So I was just playing around with this the other day. So I created a custom GTP called Toy Launch GPT. So I just feed ChatGPT a data and say, okay, this is all the content I have created with Toy Launch in the past. This is all the podcast interview we have done so far. Can you scrape all this data and create like a knowledge base of things that people can ask questions with? So actually, if you go to ChatGPT right now, you can actually find the custom GPT I created that I'm testing right now as well. So that's another implication of you can create a custom GTP for your own business based on your like company knowledge base. And then people can interact with it and say, okay, I want to learn more about this brand. What can you tell me about this brand? It's like a interactive mini GTP that you can also create as well. So this is another use case of the AI that could be relevant for your product. So I know today I talk about tons about AI tools. There's a lot of different tools. Right now we're in the Q&A session. So if you have any questions about the AI tool I shared so far today, or any use case that you use that you'd like to share with the rest of the attendees, feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions or share.
Oh, how you doing? My name is Julius. Yeah, so I work in the industry, and my question was about Chat GPT and using it in the past. It's probably been about, I know it changes so much, but in the past, I tried to use it to get search terms as opposed, because you give them tens of $100. And I was like, maybe Chat GPT, but the search terms it gave me, it didn't seem to do a good job about that. So do you think but I noticed you said you use a lot of optimization with Chat GPT. Do you seem to see that issue as far as it not giving like search terms that are actually going to be valid or
Yeah. 100% true, because ChatGPT don't have Amazon data. So
Okay.
they are just guessing based on like the parameter you give them. In order to do, for example, for Amazon purposes, you need actual Amazon data, which Helium 10 or other tool like the tool I shared earlier, Data Dive, they have actual integration with Amazon API to pull data directly from Amazon in order to find the right keyword. That's why they charge you $100 to get access to
Okay.
that
Yeah,
database.
definitely. My one other question, are there any tools that will allow you to do any kind of like auto integration between Chat GPT and Amazon Seller Central?
Oh, that's quite a bit. So it depends on what you're looking for. So Helium 10 did quite a bit of different integration. What kind of integration are you looking
Just like I would think, you remember how you were saying like the custom GPT? Could I essentially use that to build a chat bot to interact with my Amazon Seller Central customers as opposed to having the VA do it?
for customer support? Right now, I don't know any software can do customer support with AI
Okay.
yet. But the fortunate thing about Amazon is that you actually don't get a lot of customer response, especially if you're using
Yeah.
it. So that's usually a very fairly low requirement. But what the AI tool that we use it for is we create AI dashboard. Like I can show you an example of a dashboard. So the AI will pull all the data from our Amazon account and just create like reporting about the campaigns. You're also creating like reporting of all the high performing campaign, low performing campaigns, potential campaign, inefficient campaigns. And this is one of the very common way of using AI to pull data and create different like dashboard or reporting using the AI, the Amazon API data. So,
Okay. Thank you so much.
no problem. Yeah. Any other questions? Oh yeah, Brian, the question is MailChimp versus constant contact.
Do you have a recommendation?
I will recommend Toy Marketing Hub because we do more than MailChimp. So yeah, so something to
Duly noted. I will
yeah.
compare your rates. Another question. You mentioned in one of your slides evergreen content, and I'm
Yes.
sorry, I'm not sure what you meant by that.
Yeah, so blog post is an example of evergreen content. As long as the topic is relevant, that it doesn't get like obsolete after a few months. That's what I mean by evergreen content. Or you could have a video that's evergreen where you, for example, one of the content I can think of, if you're talking about like product design or like some of the concept doesn't really change over time, that's like an example of evergreen content that you can create for your brand.
Okay. Another question. It seems like there's a lot of different AI platforms. Is Chat GPT version 5 what you recommend as the best one?
For my experience, I still prefer using ChatGPT the most. I have tried a lot of different AI tools, but you can also try a different one to see if you have a different preference. But I've been using it since the beginning, so I'm just so used to the interface. And I use it on my phone. I use it when I'm outside. I use it for voice memoing. And the nice thing I like to do is I take a picture of the scenes and I just upload it to ChatGPT. For example, one of the a funny example I can show is sometimes I struggle to help with my son's homework. He's in high school. I will take a picture of his homework and just ask ChatGPT to solve it. So that's a use case I use for my family. Okay, can you help my son to solve this math problem, which I forgot how to do already? I really enjoy using ChatGPT the most. It's fairly user friendly and a lot of different use cases that you can use it. Yeah, and the other use case I like to use it is almost I treat it like almost a business consultant sometimes. You can also customize your GDP inside the backend setting. So in the setting, you can say how do you want the ChatGPT to react with you? What are the things that you like? What do you want them to know about you? So you can be more informations, and there's a like custom instruction you can create. So you can tell like ChatGPT who you are. What do you do? I put entrepreneur. And it's like, what trades does the ChatGPT have? Like I say, I want ChatGPT to act like a seasoned business consultant who specializes in e-commerce and digital marketing practice, especially Amazon, Shopify, and influencer marketing. I have a whole prompt that I put in. Then every time I ask him a question, he acts like a business consultant because it's like,
Wow.
I want him to be a business consultant. So I always ask him about a lot of business questions because he will act like a business consultant. You also do research online based on like different case study of the question I'm asking. For example, I'm asking like, I'm hiring these people. What should I do as a business owner right now on the hiring process? Then you give me a whole bunch of suggestions. You can also do in-depth like online research for me as well, as long as you're giving the AI the right prompt. So I would definitely recommend to customize your GTP to have a more, otherwise the response you get is really generic. It's not like specific enough. exactly for what you wanted to tell you. And under this, you can say what trait the ChatGPT should have. Then you can also tell them like anything else ChatGPT should know about you. Then I told them exactly what I'm about. I'm Jason Hsieh. I'm the founder of Toy Launch. I'm a visionary entrepreneur. I have all these businesses. And so now that he knows all about me and all about my business. So next time when I ask a question about one of my business, he know exactly what I'm looking for because ChatGPT already scraped my website. They understand what my business is about. So next time I don't need to explain again what my business and what I do because it's already inside my customized prompt here. That's a better usage of the tool if you can personalize it to your liking. So any other questions?
Yeah, I know you are really into Amazon, and I'm not ready yet with my product to go to Amazon, but I hear a lot about TikTok, and
Yes.
I'm not sure that a good platform. Is that worth investing in for sales and marketing?
I think it's definitely worth considering. We actually do TikTok. That's a new services we're just beta testing right now, actually, for a few clients of ours. The tricky thing with TikTok is really content focused. You need a lot of videos. So that's two main ways to get a lot of video. One is you create them yourself if you have the time. Second is you need to reach out to tons of influencers and figure out who can create video on your behalf. For TikTok to work, you need to publish 20, 30, 40 video, and maybe one out of 20 or 30 actually work. So it's all about mass testing. Like the more video you can create, for example, one of our clients, they do really well on TikTok. They create like 100 TikTok video a month, but they don't create all of them themselves. They work with 10 different influencers. Each influencer create about 10 for them. So now you have 100. By working with 10 influencers, you negotiate deals. So, okay, for 10 video a month, I'll pay you a couple hundred for 10 video a month. Can you create 10 video for months for my brand? Then you test because like TikTok, sometimes some videos work, some video doesn't work. One of the funny example I remember for one of our clients, one of his games, for example, the video only go viral when the girlfriend play the game and win. If the girlfriend lost, the video doesn't go viral. When the girlfriend win, the video go viral for some reason. And they did this kind of like very granular testing to see what kind of content actually go viral. So this is for TikTok, that's critical. You need to figure out what kind of content actually take on the platform and what people like to share and what people don't like to share. And the only way you can know that is to create tons of videos, either yourself or by partnering with influencer. That is the kind of the secret to success. It's about volume. You need to test hundreds. And out of the hundreds, one of the video our clients had have 3 million views. But that's one out of hundreds. But not every single video is going to get a 3-4 million views. It's going to be a few. So that would be my suggestion. If you want to invest heavily in TikTok, you need to get the volume up. You need to create a lot of video.
Okay, I'm a reseller, so we buy large volumes of kind of people who buy like pallets. You've probably seen them all over Instagram. How do you think people like us can incorporate AI? We already use it for analyzing data, but do you see any other use cases for it?
Do you have a certain vertical you're focusing on when you are reselling? Is it always the same vertical or is it always different product?
It's a bunch of different products, but it's all within the home goods, things like that.
Okay, then if
Yeah.
as long as it's in the same vertical, then you
Yeah.
can create content around it. Okay, then you can create like a funny video using all the different product as well. And it's and
So,
see if you can create some content using AI and promote your
but
stores, you know.
so but most of the products I'm selling are like already name brand, big
Mhm.
brand stores, Nike, Netgear.
That's fine. Well, that's what all the influencers do. If you remember, influencer doesn't have a store. They don't even have a product. All they do is they get random product, review them, and they make money. The way they make money is affiliate marketing. As long as you have the affiliate link in the video you're promoting, that's all. That's how all the influencers make money. And as a reseller, you actually make money twice. You make money on the affiliate commission, and you also make money since it's your own store again. So you actually make money twice as a reseller instead of an influencer. You only make money on that commission.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, just treat yourself like an influencer. Start creating video talking about this product. You just do review. Okay, look at this latest thing I just got.
But but because I'm selling somebody else's product overall, yeah, I guess Amazon still give me a commission for going to my own link and buy my own product.
I would suggest to create a different account for your influencer effort that's not tied to your
Okay.
Amazon account, so you don't get into any trouble. on that.
Okay. Yeah, probably the smartest thing
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah,
Right.
if you can create a separate influencer account, and then what Amazon have is Amazon also have an Amazon influencer program that you can apply to once you hit a certain threshold with your followers. The nice thing with the Amazon influencer program, you get an Amazon influencer store as well. Then you can like list all the product under your influencer store.
Okay. And let me ask, do you guys find a lot of success driving customers from TikTok over to Amazon?
It could, yes, it could.
Okay.
In digital marketing, it's called halo effect. To give you an example, for example, that client I was referring to that have a video that got 3 million views. Once you get that many exposure, people start searching for you on Amazon as well. That's how you get some like additional, like it's called spillover traffic into Amazon and other platforms. People are like, where can I find this product? Just take you an example of the hottest trend this year. Labubu is everywhere. Everyone's trying to find this Labubu toy. It's like my daughter's asking for it. I was trying to buy it. I couldn't buy it anywhere. And then there's some guy selling it for $100 on eBay. It's like, what's going on? But it all started with like influencer marketing. That's how that brand blew up this year. There was some like influencers showing the toys and you go viral and everyone wanted, you just go crazy.
Is there a way we can do you do one-on-ones or can we get in contact with you directly?
I'll give you my email.
All right, you can put in the message. I'll copy it. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the rest of you that attended today's meetings. Have a wonderful week and I'll talk to everyone soon.
You've been listening to Toy Business Unboxed, hosted by Jason Hsieh. Thank you for joining us in exploring the fascinating world of toys and the ingenuity behind them. To stay updated with the latest episodes and continue your journey into the toy business, remember to subscribe and follow us. If you found today's episode insightful, please leave a rating and review and share this podcast with others who share your passion for toys. Until next time, stay curious and keep innovating.